Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm the king.
Hi, I'm Adam, and I returned.
And we don't podcast.
But what we did get Chris to do this week is finally finish Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, after the last 2 episodes this week, it's been a lot of Lord of the Rings. So they're very long movies.
Yes.
Before we get to that, tea time. I'm thirsty. I want to get my water. We have tea, we swear. We just haven't got new tea in a while.
It's over in a box over there or something. Damn, bro, you're down in that like Mary when they're waiting for Treebeard.
That was an added scene in the second movie.
Yes.
I remember. I know things about Lord of the Rings now.
Dude, nice.
Okay, so...
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, this is the one that won 11 Oscars?
It won a lot.
Yes, but it won 11 Oscars because they didn't give any Oscars to the previous ones, I'm pretty sure.
So they're just like, oh,
Yeah, this is all kind of one movie. Here you go. Here's every Oscar.
Yeah, which is like, that's fair. These movies are pretty good. I don't know if I hold them in the same regard as some people as like the greatest trilogy of all time. They are a really good trilogy though, so it's kind of hard to say.
I will say it's the greatest music video of all time,
That is
and I will
something
keep
you say.
saying it because it's true. I did watch a there's this YouTube channel I came across
Okay.
where he have you seen the now dead channel Every Frame a Painting?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
It's dead, so I haven't seen it.
Well, they don't post anymore. But okay, so there's this. I don't remember what this new guy is called, but he's sort of like a very intellectual film enthusiast. I'd wager that he's a film major, in fact.
Okay.
And he did a video of the 50 greatest movies of all time, or 30 or something. And he's got
top, sure.
Yeah, no, he just said greatest.
Okay.
And so he's got shit on there that's like really artsy, experimental Eastern European films that are like 6 hours long and an unenjoyable experience, but it's like an important piece of art. That's some good tea.
Jesus Christ.
He's got a French film that I saw in a class I took at UCR for French cinema, which I didn't like, but it was super like artsy or whatever. For number one, he picked Godfather because of fucking course. And
Okay, sure.
he's got like a lot of classic films on there as well. And like he pretty much goes through like the whole catalog of classic cinema, but also like canonically important cinema. And then number 4, he put Lord of the Rings trilogy. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
I'll build up to Lord of the Rings is great.
I think number 5 was Seven Samurai, and then he put Lord of the Rings as number 4. And I'm just, damn, bro. Let's go.
Cool. Yeah, the movie, I guess we'll do general thoughts, was very good.
It's the same as the last 2.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, though. I'm still not a giant Sam lover. And I know that might ruffle some feathers. Because people love Sam. And I'm gonna be honest, I get why, because of his loyalty to Frodo. I just don't care.
He's hurt you too much already.
Because, I don't know, like, just having good loyalty doesn't sell me as on a character to me. Like, he has hope, sure. He's like a shonen protag with not that much depth. In the movies, I don't know about the books, but like he's like a Deku before he turns all emo. But
Yeah, and that's why people like him.
I just don't care. Like I think for me, I've seen enough of that type of character. And maybe this is one of the progenitors, but like I just was like, okay, he's cool.
He's the best friend that anyone could ask for. You know, you got Frodo who's going through some shit, wearing the ring, it's all heavy, it's burning his body, and then Sam's like, don't worry, Mr. Frodo.
Yeah.
I'll help you in your time of need.
Yeah. But like to me that's like all his character, and I wish I saw more of his character. Because I don't think it really shone through, in my opinion, through the movies. because Frodo is such a he's probably tied for my favorite character in the trilogy. Like, he's such an interesting character. Like, same with
tied
Gollum.
with your favorite character, the Mouth of Sauron.
Oh, the mouth. Yeah. And Gollum. Those two are probably my favorite characters. I like Frodo and Gollum so much. I mean, we talked about it in the Twin Towers episode that they're really good parallels to each other, and I really enjoyed seeing how they are. Like, I love Gollum, but like his backstory wasn't all that crazy or interesting. It was just, oh yeah, the ring corrupted him. It's like, okay. Like, and he went crazy after how many, 500 years or whatever the fuck.
And then we actually see it in film 3.
Yeah. Which I was like, okay. We knew that, but like...
What, you weren't impressed by that sequence? Just like how it suddenly turned into a fucking horror film for a good, like, 2 minutes?
I thought it was fine. Like
no taste. No taste.
I thought it was well shot and like well directed, but like we heard the story.
Yes, and now we're seeing it.
Yeah, but like it didn't do anything crazy. Like, it just looked good.
My man's he's dead on the inside. I'm sorry.
His like, a lot of times writers, what they do is write interesting backstories for characters and then don't do anything with the actual characters. This felt like the opposite for me, where like Gollum's backstory was whatever to me, and his actual character is much more interesting, which I think is how it should be, like, because the actual character that you're going through the story with should be the interesting part. And yeah, sure, I think those are
okay. Think about it this way, right?
Yeah.
So this is the third film in the trilogy.
Yes.
The first film, the opening scene is Galadriel's exposition with the music playing and the big like war from 2,000 years ago, and it's lots of moving parts. Good. And then second film, the opening scene is Gandalf falling down, grabbing his sword, and beating the shit out of the Balrog as they fall into the crater under the earth. And then the third film, it's just a single murder. And it is so much like the way that it's shot and orchestrated and stuff. It just makes it have so much more like terrifying impact as opposed to the grand scale of like awesome shit going on in the first two. It's a
look. We're still getting my hot takes out of the way, so we're not done yet.
Yeah, I better simmer down before I simmer up.
Because the thing is, like, I think, to me, the thing that is just, I don't like about it is just it for Gollum's backstory. I think it's just pretty plain and simple. As the intro to the third movie, to setting up the theme and what's driving, like, what's the characters and where, like, Frodo's going and stuff, and, like, the darkness that's, like, here to unfold within, like, everyone, like, I think that is very interesting, and it works very well. I'm just saying, like, as a backstory, I just thought it was whatever. Like, as an opening shot and as, like, an intro to the tone of the movie and the themes that we're going into, like, it serves its purpose very well. I would argue that the worst opening is the second one, in my opinion, because I thought the Balrog's fight was kind of whatever.
He has no taste.
It was very whatever. The fight was kind of... I didn't say it in the last episode, but I thought the opening with Gandalf fighting the Balrog was kind of whatever. It was just,
if you made it this far in the video, comment Chris hates Lord of the Rings. And then add him on Twitter.
I want to get my hot takes out of the way, because, like, those are probably my hottest takes, because the rest of the movie is great, and I love it, and it's very good, and all the characters are very well done. But, like, Sam was very whatever. Gollum's backstory, as his backstory, is whatever. As an opening sequence, is very, very good. And then, we didn't talk about last episode, but I thought the Balrog fight was... I thought it was kind of lame.
Kind of lame?
I thought it was very whatever.
Did you think it was, like, goofy? Or...
I just didn't care. Like...
if you made it this far in the video, type out Chris doesn't care about Lord of the Rings. He thinks the Balrog is stupid and should have been cut from the film.
I didn't say that. I just think that, like, you know, after my problems with the Balrog in the first movie, and then I didn't really care for Gandalf. I still think Gandalf's kind of whatever. He's interesting, but, like, he's kind of just a dick. Like,
I'll say that I think Gandalf is best in the first film when he's like giving all that like I'm the wise mentor vibes.
No, yeah, I think after that he becomes just
he starts doing things and he becomes less interesting.
Yeah, kind of. And so I think that like for me the emotional weight of like Gandalf fighting this Balrog, which maybe it's because like I don't know what it was about that scene. I was just kind of like I was just not invested into like him fighting the Balrog. Maybe it's because I knew what would happen. That was just kind of like, oh, okay, and then I'm like not super into Gandalf, and then I have no like connection to the Balrog other than big scary monster. Then I was just kind of like, this opening's fine.
Like, I mean, we did discuss 2 episodes ago how we would have
our problem with the Balrog and stuff.
How we would have made that like the intro of the Balrog more interesting.
Yeah. So
which is a good exercise to do. Don't just blindly accept your favorite films as being perfect masterpieces.
Oh yeah.
As an exercise, it's good to test the limits of your creativity to try and figure out how you would improve the things that you already love.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that like
that being said, I would not change a single thing about this film. It's perfect.
But yeah, those are my gripes basically of the stuff that we didn't really touch on that I either forgot to or just didn't want to or didn't come up. But from the first couple movies, like I said, I just want to get my hot takes out of the way because this movie's really good. Like,
is it now? Is it now? Yeah. After you said that
I want to get my hot takes out of the way.
You said that the opening sequence ruins the rest of the film. It's a 0 out of 10. You said that.
Future me, replay what I said. Yeah. I didn't say that. You just saw I didn't say that.
If you got this far in the video, type out, Chris was right.
They're not going to type that out.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought it was very good. I thought being the culmination of everything was very good. The battle sequences were pretty good. Frodo's like last, like, him finally kind of like turning like right at the end. And then like, you know, thankfully an even more turned person like ends up saving them or saving him from, you know, like being truly corrupted and stuff. The Eagles show up a couple times.
In this film, they show up once.
It's technically their one appearance, but because they pick up Gandalf and then they. They
show up in the fight, and then after the fight's over, they just swoop over and pick them up.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So technically, it's 2 separate things, but whatever. It's one scene. Anyway, yeah, it's cool. I gotta see a giant spider, which I like spiders, so that's cool. Cause okay, I don't know if we want to start getting into like the scene by scene stuff because I don't remember where.
I mean, you've only mentioned a good, like, maybe half of the film so far.
I mean, we haven't really started, because I was going to say, like... Boromir's dad?
Yeah.
Very interesting. I think he's such an interesting character. I really liked his character through the movie. Just him kind of, like, going crazy, and then, like, you know, being so blind by, you know, rage and, you know... hatred and stuff, and then coming to terms like, you know, we just gotta go out because we're like this plague that and then almost killing his son. Like, it's very good stuff.
I like the imagery of him jumping off the end of Minas Tirith as like a diving board.
Yeah.
Because like you look at Minas Tirith as a city to look at is a really cool design.
It's very impractical.
It's very impractical, but it's very cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, a minor gripe that doesn't really matter at all. But with a city with such a dense population like Minas Tirith, the only way that works is if you have the grass fields surrounding it for like 10 miles in each direction be farmland, and it wasn't. But you know, who really cares? I do, but
maybe that was in the books, but it's not in the movies.
It's probably in the books. I don't know. Rohan's worse in that respect.
Yeah, Rohan is pretty bad when it comes to like how's this function? How's this
Like at least with the Shire, they're canonically farmers, so we get it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can start, I guess.
So the opening scene after the like flashback
Yeah.
is they wake up in the woods inside the big head. That's right. Inside the big head, and then Frodo's like, "Oh no, Sam, I didn't get a wink of sleep." And then Sam's like, "Oh, Mr. Frodo, you have to sleep." And then Frodo's like, "Oh, you don't understand the ring."
Yeah, I think. Real quick, actually, Smeagol and Deagol, are they brothers or lovers? Or both? I was unclear on their relationship.
I think they're brothers, because I don't think...
Because they're similarly named, so I would think they're brothers.
Yeah, I think
but they would say my love to each other, and that made me think lovers.
Oh, I always thought that they were talking about... They were saying that because of the influence of the ring, yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Because Smeagol always says "my precious" when referring to the ring.
Because I thought he said "my love" to one said to the other before they saw the ring. I thought they said that. I could be. It
was also written in the 30s.
It's true, but that was
so I think it's
maybe
less likely.
Maybe siblings say like "my love" to each other. I don't know.
There's something about Hobbit culture that we don't understand clearly.
Mount Doom's smoke clouds the sky, makes the day shorter, which is like, it's very...
It's important for the orcs in the books, but the orcs in the movie don't really care about the sun.
They say it once when...
they say it once, but it doesn't really come up.
Yeah, it's not really shown by the actual orcs doing anything crazy. Shows up in Rings of Power, though.
Yeah, it's a major plot point in Rings of Power.
Yeah. Let's see. The Hobbits and Aragorn's crew meet at Isengard.
Where they had taken the Hobbits to.
Yeah. I heard that in the cut version, not the director's cut, but...
Oh yeah, the worst part about Return of the King.
Yeah.
In the theatrical release, they cut everything with Saruman. He just does not appear in the film.
That's wild to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like... I kind of get the logic behind it, because if you were watching these films as they came out in theaters, it would have been like a good year and a half since you saw the previous one.
Yeah.
So at that point, you haven't just seen Saruman get his ass kicked by trees.
Yeah.
So you could be, your mind would be more forgiving, like, oh, okay, whatever, because you probably wouldn't be thinking about it. But since we're coming to these like back after back after back, then it's a very glaring plot oversight. Yeah.
But
I'd argue that scene is the main reason why people like the extended editions as much as they do.
Yeah, because you get interesting thing with him. You get interesting stuff with what's his face that kills him.
Wormtongue. I
think his name's Grima Wormtongue.
Grima Wormtongue,
I think. But yeah, like, you see him actually be like, oh, I don't want to be this slave, and, I actually do care a little bit, and Saruman's like, I hate everything, everything's be bad, blah, I'm evil. He dies. He gets stabbed, and then, like, he falls and gets impaled, it's like, oh, Jesus. Very graphic. And then he gets crushed, and it's just like, dude, he's already dead. Like, he died quite a bit. He died multiple times, it felt like. There's 5 wizards.
Yes, there's Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast, and the 2 blue ones who were never named.
I don't... Did they ever mention Radagast in the movies? I don't remember them saying that, but...
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But there's Radagast the Brown, who's important in the books.
I feel like if you're important in the books but not in the movies, then you may not have been that important overall.
I mean, in the books, Tom Bombadil's pretty important.
Fair.
Do you know who Tom Bombadil is?
Isn't he like I was going to say jester, but like...
Well, it's there's a lot of theories about him. Like, some people think he's a werewolf or something, but he's like a stoner in the woods.
Oh.
Kind of.
But yeah, let's see. We got Legolas out drinking
Gimli,
which is fun. It's fun.
Which that's an extended scene thing.
I genuinely believe that most of the scenes in the extended cuts that were added are like half of them are just Gimli being stupid or some shit, which is great. I loved watching his scenes, but I could see all his scenes being cut out for just being, you don't need them. Like, but they're very funny. Sorry. Let's see. Gandalf sees corruption in Pippin because he's like, "Oh, I could hold the eyeball thing, or the future seeing."
I just want to look at it, Mary. Fine, and then he grabs it. And he's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, he's like, "I'm sorry."
You fool of a took.
Yeah. I really liked Merry and Pippin in this movie. Like
they did more things.
Yeah, I felt like they got more development compared to like in the second one where Merry was a little bit like, "Oh, come on, you ents," and then that was kind of it. But then in this movie, it's just like, "Oh,
they both have things that they feel like they should do or that they want to do."
Yeah, like they're trying to get over some of their like own gripes.
Yeah, like Merry's a hothead, so he wants the glory of battle, so he rides in with the cavalry, and then Pippin's all like, "Ah, fuck! I'm responsible for Boromir's death. I gotta like take up the mantle. I'm gonna be
responsibility for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take responsibility. I'll be a knight. Fuck it."
Yeah, it's very good stuff.
And then he gets fired.
He does get fired. He's like, "I want to kill myself in private, please." Why did Gollum start calling himself Gollum?
Oh, because after he got his shit kicked in by Faramir in the previous film, that's when Gollum came back as personality?
No.
Oh, you mean like originally? Like,
yeah, well, how did he get the name Gollum? Because he starts calling himself Gollum, and I'm like, where'd that come from?
I know how the actor came up with the way that he says it. It might... I'm pretty sure it's explained in the books because like it's supposed to be a metaphor for something that like I can't think of because I'm not smart enough.
You haven't read the books.
I haven't read the books.
Cool. Okay. Because I was just wondering. I'm like, he just starts saying it. I'm like, does that no explanation? I guess not, which is fine. I guess, but I was just like, that's kind of weird. I did think it was interesting that this is probably one of the things I wish came up again. Maybe it comes with the books. I hate that we have to just say that. It's like, oh, maybe it's the books. The movies are the movies.
Who cares about the books?
A lot of people, but they're
not the movies.
I put Smeagol differentiates me, quote unquote me, from us, like how Gollum says it.
Yes,
and I thought that was very interesting because I know that was very important, like in the second movie. It felt less important in the third one, even though that they distinctly said when I think Smeagol says me, and then Gollum's like, "You mean us, right?" And Smeagol's like, "Oh, yeah, yes." But then they don't really do a lot with that, which I thought was going to come back, which is a little disappointing, but I know they touched on it more in the second movie, and then, like, because Smeagol wants, like, it feels like even within himself, like, they're kind of both trying to be selfish for the ring. Like, even though it's, like, one person, and it's, like, two personalities, like, oh, well, I want to light the ring for myself, even though they're the same body. So, maybe that's it, which is interesting, like, to think about, in my opinion, but...
I mean, if that's what you got out of the movie, then sure. I don't have any problems with that.
Did you have any opinions on that?
I mean, I just didn't really think about it.
Okay. I put, because when Sam's like, oh, Gollum's like, throw away our food or whatever the fuck he's saying, or I put Frodo doesn't believe Sam because of literally everything from the two towers. I was like, of course I'm not gonna believe you, Sam, you fucking prick. I shouldn't say that. He's a good guy, whatever.
You fucking boring, uninteresting character that has no development. That is the worst part of the films.
Absolutely.
That's what you sound like, Chris.
That is what I said, actually.
If you've gotten this far in the video, type out Chris hates Sam in the comments below.
Yeah. I just didn't like the way he treated Gollum, like in the second movie. Made me mad. But what else? I said, did Eowyn dream of Numenor? Because I think she talked about, like, a flood or something, of water taking over.
It could be.
Something, I don't know. This is the waves and in the darkness. I'm like, is that Numenor?
It could be Numenor.
Because it doesn't come up again, I don't think.
It could be.
There's a few things in this movie, I guess, that don't come up again later. I don't know.
Like I've said before, there's a lot of things that in the films don't make a whole lot of sense. Very specific things. Sometimes dialogue, sometimes plot points. But again, it's not. It's like
it's not a movie.
It's not a movie. It's a music video, and it's a 7 out of 10. And it's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. I put White Tree in a Sea of Stone in Minas Tirith is dying, or is coming back to life.
Maybe
later, yeah, maybe. Gandalf and Pippin leave
because Pippin has the vision, and he's like, "Oh my god, the tree! It was dying."
Yeah,
and then Gandalf's like, "Ah, fuck! All right."
Yeah.
Run, Shadowfax.
I put elves walking with Arwen.
Yeah,
they want leaving.
Yeah, they want to leave Middle-earth.
And then she's imagining another life, and then she's like,
"Fuck! I could have a son. I'm staying."
Yeah. And then I put Elrond can see the future, or a future.
I mean, it's probably they go into it more in the books. Again, in the films, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Sure.
It's very wishy-washy. Soft magic system, Chris.
Yeah,
soft magic system.
Yeah. The thing is I'm fine with soft magic systems if things aren't just like, they feel like one-offs, I feel like. They're like, oh yeah, we could do this, and then it never comes up again. Like, they don't do anything with it. It's just like, I feel like that was important. But like... The light of Adar is leaving Arwen, but why isn't it leaving Elrond?
And isn't Adar the bad guy in Rings of Power? So how does this make sense?
Sorry, not Adar. Fucking
the light of the Valar.
Yeah, the Night of the Valar. Man, okay. Sorry. So like, because she's becoming mortal or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's
why isn't Elrond?
In the film. I think it's implied because she's falling in love with a human, immortal. That makes her mortal.
Okay, because I was like, Elrond's still fucking old.
Well, he's never been in love with a human.
His parents isn't he like a half elf?
Oh yeah, or in Rings of Power he is.
I mean, I don't feel they're reforging Isildur's sword.
Ooh, fun fact. This is something I actually know that happens in the books.
Oh, okay.
So in the books, Aragorn has that sword from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And his character is a lot different. Instead of like him being like the kind of like grizzly outdoorsy type who's like super moral, Yeah, so in the films, he's like like this moral center of the world, and that's why he deserves to become king or whatever.
Yeah,
but in the books, he's more like, "Hey guys, check out this fucking sword I got. I'm king of the Gondor."
So is he not actually king, and he just accidentally kind of?
No. He I think he is still like the true heir, but he's really proud about the fact that he's the heir to Gondor and wields the famous sword. He's like, check this out, guys! It's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. That would be different because instead of being a reluctant hero, he's just like, I am king. Without cool. Let's see. They get to Minas Tirith, city of the kings in Gondor or whatever. White Tree of Gondor, Denethor, Boromir's father's there. He's cool. He's actually kind of a prick, but like, I get him. Like, I like the idea that the kings in this movie, like being fathers and losing their son stuff is it's tragic stuff. And Gandalf has no sensibilities to him. Like this is the second time a king has lost his son, and you're just like, just forget about your son real quick and just do what I say. Like.
Oh, I've already done this once. We have a war to fight. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, like, he's... Like, come on, bro. Like, their son's just died.
I died. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Imagine that's what he's thinking. He's just like...
I died. It's not that bad. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Let's see. He told Pippin not to talk, and then he talked, and then became a slave.
Rest in peace, Pippin.
Yeah. But Gandalf still has no tact, which he doesn't. It says, let's see. I put vanity and pride killed Gondor, and he will do it once again. Why did I put that?
I think that's a line
that
that
a
Gandalf.
line?
I think Gandalf says that.
And do I think that though? Because like it didn't seem like they were very prideful. More just so that like
Well, no, they were the king regent or whatever his fucking title is. He's prideful because he doesn't want to accept help from Gondor. But I don't really see what the vanity is. Is it just because everything's made out of marble?
Just because he wants to be seen as the king, rather than like the king regent. Maybe
it's because of all those like fancy regal like capes he has, like with the fur.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he's eating tomatoes in a time period or in a setting, in a fictional setting that is inspired by a time in medieval Europe when they wouldn't have had tomatoes because they're a New World thing.
Maybe.
It's fantasy tomatoes. They grow everywhere.
He's on something.
Wait, hold on a second. In the Shire, Sam talks a lot about the strawberries. That's just what strawberries look like in this world. Now that's a theory right there.
It's possible. It's never been proven otherwise. Let's see. I put orcs disliking light is finally brought up. Sauron's darkening the skies to help them. That's finally a plot beat. Let's see. Which king of Agnar? I think
Agmar. I think.
Agar. A lot of Adar. That's a lot of
the
things.
Witch King in Aspic.
Yeah. Which he seems way more powerful than he was when fucking Aragorn is fighting them all off. He's like 1v6ing like the fucking kings, and then he's just like, yeah, I can just beat Gandalf. Then he just breaks his wand.
Well, he wasn't up against Gandalf when it was 1v6. He was up against Aragorn.
Yeah, well, how can you just break his wand?
Because he had... It's a soft magic system, Chris.
Yeah. Like, I know people love these movies, but they're just things that just don't make sense.
Exactly. Which is why it's only a 7 out of 10.
I'd argue 8. But I can understand 7. Maybe 7.5. These are good. The thing is, they're really good movies. It's just that, like, some of the plot structure stuff is kind of... Like, consistency is very...
Yeah, I don't really watch it for the plot. Like I said, it's a music video.
Most people would not watch it as a music video, I think. Anyway. Minas Morgul, the City of the Dead. Sam. Frodo. Excuse me. And Gollum go there.
They sneak their way in, then they see the escalators out of order, so they have to take the stairs.
Yeah, the stairs. I would never go up to something like that. Fuck that. Like
they made it. It was a cool looking, scary set of stairs.
And then they said some of the orcs go up there sometimes. I'm like, why the fuck would they go up there?
Fuck! I got stair duty.
But I heard that in that the two towers that. I said in the last episode that one of the towers was Sauron's tower or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not true.
Yeah, it's the Isengard Tower and the Minas Morgul Tower, which never actually appears in the film.
Yeah, but why? Like, what the heck?
It has story significance in the books. 7 out of 10.
Oh, my God, dude. I put when both Sam and Gollum try to stop... You know that it's bad because they were both trying to hide from Minas Morgul, and then Frodo's like, he's just walking up there.
It's pretty and green.
Yeah, and then both of them are like, "What are you doing?
You fucking idiot! Get back here!"
I put giant laser because there's a giant laser in the sky.
Oh yeah, it shoots into the sky, and then Gandalf looks at it and he's like, it's begun."
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's a giant laser. Let's see. a stealth attack in the fog.
Oh yeah, on the river Isen. No, not the river. It's Osgiliath.
Oh yeah, Osgiliath. I was just like, I like that there's actually some strategy, like for them, like trying to hide themselves and stuff. And then I like how one of the guys just straight up sees them. It's like, wait a second, and then he gets shot, and then everyone's like, oh, he don't fuck, we're getting attacked. And then instead of just like panicking or whatever, they actually like start getting ready for battle and stuff. I was just like, this is good. I like this.
Yeah.
I like both sides being silent. How both of them are trying to like get.
Yeah, it's not just a classic Hollywood noisy brawl. There's actually some logic that you can follow.
Yeah, which was very good.
Yeah.
Let's see. I put Theoden. I don't know why I put that, but I put Rohan will answer. Oh yeah, because when the lights start going up, because Pippin marks the fire, and then it goes on for like miles and miles and miles, and I was like, this is kind of sick.
Yeah, and it's got it's, if I remember this correctly, it starts with like the theme of Gondor, but then as the lights keep getting like turned on, you get into Rohan, and the theme of Rohan starts playing.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's a parallel. It's a music video.
It's a music video. You're not wrong. So yeah, I think Theoden as the king, he was really good in all the movies, or in the two movies, I guess. I really like his character throughout his screen time.
I have all of his lines memorized. Oh. Yeah. Aragorn runs in, he sees the fire, he runs into the castle, like into the big throne room area. He's like, "The beacons are lit! The beacons are lit! Gondor calls for aid!" And then Theoden just looks at him, and Rohan will answer. And then and then he starts telling all of his captains to like, "You go north, you get the Badoop Badoo in this. I have this memorized. Get the Badoop Badoo and bring him here."
Let's see. I think I wrote down like Theoden was thinking stuff to himself, and we get his internal monologue.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
yeah, he's looking at all of his horsemen riding out, and goes in slow motion, and he just starts thinking, and we hear it.
Yeah, and I was like, is this the first time we've heard internal monologue? And
I think it is.
I was like,
I think that's the only internal monologue if you don't count like the Galadriel mind dialogue.
Yeah, I don't count that because it's like part of the
soft magic system.
Yeah.
Yes,
but like, so it's just like, it's kind of weird that that's the only time we ever hear someone's internal dialogue, which I thought was strange.
Yeah, I don't even remember what he said during that.
Yeah, I don't either. I just put down that was weird.
I mean, I have all of his lines memorized.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't ask you. I knew you know. I put when Faramir was running away from Osgiliath to get back to Minas Tirith. I was like, how close is Minas Tirith to Osgiliath? Because it seemed like pretty close if they just kept running and they were like, oh yeah, they're almost there.
It's like close enough to sprint on horse, but if you're not sprinting, it would take like a day.
Yeah.
Or something.
That's why I was just like, okay, that's kind of close.
That's like 2 miles.
Yippee! We're back. We didn't fuck up. I fucked up.
If you've gotten this far in the video, comment below Chris fucked up.
Please, we need more interaction in our videos.
It'll really help with the algorithm or whatever.
Yeah. Where were we? Oh, okay. Faramir's, close to Minas Tirith because of Osgiliath being like 2 miles or whatever. Denethor brought up decent points. I don't know about what. I forgot to write that part down.
Is it because he's like, you abandoned Osgiliath? What are you thinking? And then Faramir's like, there were too many of them. Father, please.
I think he was talking to Faramir, and I wasn't sure about like if he was just talking about like how sad he was, or just like how Boromir could have done some things. I was just like, yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Just I think it's just because he's very sad. That I was just
You wish now that the roles were switched, that it were I that were dead instead of him. And then Denethor's like, yes.
Yeah. I was like, damn. I've never seen such an honest. Like,
I've never seen a father tell the truth before.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Poor Faramir. His dad wished he died. I put Gollum is a gaslighting girl boss because he's like, oh my god, Sam, why'd you eat all the food?
What? No, Frodo, I didn't eat all the food, I swear.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, good job. Good job, Gollum.
Leave Sam and go away. And then he leaves.
Yeah. And then that was cool. I put poor Sam. So I did say poor Sam. I don't hate Sam. I just don't like him. And then I was like, Pippin starts singing because Denethor was like, "Oh, start sing for me."
All mist behind in the lands of him, or whatever.
And then I was like, I didn't know he sang that song because I've heard that song before, like from just being on the internet.
From TikToks,
Maybe.
It was probably a TikTok trend at some point.
But I was like, dang it, that's crazy.
That's like the only song in the soundtrack that wasn't written by Howard Shore.
Oh,
The actor wrote it.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Because like they talked about in the behind the scenes, it was like they needed a song for the scene, but if they wanted Howard Shore to write it, it would take him like a week and a half because he wasn't on set.
Oh, okay.
So and the guy who plays Pippin is a songwriter, so he's just come up with some random bullshit, and he did.
It sounded good. I don't know if you liked it, but I thought it was pretty good. Because
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I put there's a Dimholt.
Dimholt?
Yeah, a door under the mountain. Oh, because of the ghosts.
When Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas go into the mountain to find the ghost army.
Yeah. Then I put sexism / racism. That war is only for men, both human and sex men. Like,
only men are allowed to die in war.
yeah, able to go to war and to fight for things that they care about. No one else can fight for things they care about because that's for us. It's like, okay, dudes.
Okay, you know what? If you don't want me to fight, that's fine. I'll just let the Witch King eat your army. It's fine.
I put, how was Arwen dying and no one else's, just from one star
because
fading?
she's the one dumbass elf who fell in love with a mortal man.
Yeah, but then like she's with a mortal man at the end and she's not dying.
Well, that's because everything's fine because they won. It's the good, clean ending that everyone was asking for. It's a soft magic system, Chris.
Again, you can have a soft magic system, but have things make sense.
As Sauron's power grew, her life faded.
You're right. Honestly, that is more justification than whatever the fuck they're trying to show. So, I agree with that.
I think they said that in the second movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. I put the Fellowship rides together when they go to find the Ghost Army, and I was like, "Hey, that's their leitmotif, but like a darker tone or something." Like, and I was just like, "Damn, that's sick."
You're a music theorist now.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh damn!" I was so happy I got that. Isildur cursed the mountain people for fleeing because he's like, how dare you be scared of dying? I want the ring.
If you're so scared of dying, you just won't. Fuck you.
Basically. Gimli said an elf goes underground where a dwarf does not. It's like, I'd be ashamed or whatever. And then he goes into the underground. And I was like, Gimli is very funny. Then he was blowing the ghosts away. He's like,
give me more Gimli, dude.
give me more Gimli. I put nice pickup Eowyn. Oh, because they were gonna ride off without Mary, and then Eowyn like grabs Mary. And
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
I was just like, oh okay, that's like she knows what she's doing. She's cool. She's a badass. Let's see. I put God, I love Gimli because he's funny, which he is.
He's cool. Gimli good.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know how they were cursed to be ghosts, but Ghost Army.
There's a ghost army.
Yeah. Because he's like, I curse you. And I'm like, could you just curse someone just to be your ghost army buddy? Like, what if they're just like, yeah, I want to live forever, let me be a ghost. And they're like, I curse you to be a ghost.
Well, actually, they explain this in the books. It's because Isildur, because he's the king of Gondor and has like a couple like magical items, including the One Ring. He has some soft magic power that curses them. It's a soft magic system.
See, but like I get that though. Like because I thought he cursed them before that he got all that stuff.
He has an A rank 4,000 out of 4,500 soft magic points.
Yeah. But see, like, if they were to have said, like, that or whatever, or bring that up at some point, like, I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But he just says, oh, he cursed them and stuff. Which, I mean, maybe it's just because it's his soft magicism that I'm just, like, being, like, nitpicky. But, again, just slightly more explanation. Like, it's okay. For me, I'm like, you don't have to explain how it is. Just like, oh, he has magic power, he's the king. And it's like, oh, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, they'll say that.
Yeah, but Aragorn waltzes into the fucking dead city, and he's like, you will fight for me, I'm Isildur's heir. And then he's like, ah ha 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 ha. No, we won't. And then
he brings out the sword and just like, oh!
He attacks him, and it goes, ping! And he's like, that blade was broken! And then Aragorn shoves him away, and he's like, it has been remade.
Reforged.
It has been remade.
Is it remade?
It's
been re-zeroed.
Oh boy. It has.
It's okay. It's okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it's our producer.
Hi.
Yeah.
I put poor Faramir because he's still sad and depressed, and I think at this point he's dying.
Oh yeah. His dad made him ride off to go recapture Osgiliath with like 50 people.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck, like.
And then you see the army of the orcs, and you realize how many people he wanted them to actually go up against, and it's like, wow, that was some bad strategy right there.
I think at that point he's just like, I want my son to pay, like, and just prove yourself to me. Just like that sucks. I like that there's a crippled orc captain, because he's kind of just, it's like, yeah, representation, but also you're evil.
Which, there's probably an argument that that's bad representation.
Is it though? Because I know that some people are like showing that like representation is them as only in one category, like isn't representation, because like, oh, you only show up as that type of thing, rather than, well, they're just people, right?
I will say that I am not very qualified to give any stance on this.
Yeah.
I've just seen video essays about it.
Yeah.
But I do like the guy. He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. He sees the rock coming towards him, and then he steps out of the way.
Yeah, he's just like...
and he spits on it.
Yeah. Which I'm like, you are braver than me, good sir. Or evil sir, sorry. Because I would have fucking freaked out and fucking ran away.
The age of man is over. The time of the orc has come.
Amen. Lord Sauron. Rise up.
I'm actually in the Saruman camp.
Yeah, well, he follows Sauron, so shut up.
Not for long.
I'm on Team Adar. He's in the show.
He's in Rings of Power, the superior interpretation of Tolkien's work.
Imagine. Let's see. Oh, but I said, the catapults were fucked up. Like, just throwing the dead bodies.
Oh, yeah. Release the prisoners!
Yeah, I put Denethor became manic. Because he's like, oh my god, I killed my son.
Flee for your lives. And then Gandalf beats his ass. Yeah.
I put Gandalf underestimates hobbits because Pippin's trying to fight, and he's like, "Oh, hobbits can't fight." And then Pippin like kills a guy, and he's like, "You're all right."
You got lucky.
Let's see. Put Gron, the wolf head battering ram. It's like it's on fire, which the fire doesn't do anything, but it just looks cool.
It's really big.
Yeah. And then they're just trying to get in. And then I put giant spider, smiley face, Shelob.
Yeah.
Spiders are cool. I like spiders.
How much did you like this spider, Chris? And in what way?
She was alright. I've seen hotter spiders. Hey, you had the cat return. Shut up.
Well, yes, but they had human features, Chris. This was just straight up a spider. Like,
that's why I thought
I know you like Quail. I know you like Rachnarera, right? Rachnera.
I like the girl from So I'm a Spider, So What? I can't say her name.
Yes, they all have human characteristics.
Yeah, and that's why I love them. And I thought Shelob was okay.
All right. Okay.
I'm a spider guy. Anyway, I put love Frodo. He wants to destroy the ring for him and Gollum's sake. So he's thinking about, like, not just himself and, like, trying to free the shackles that bind them.
And then Gollum's like, no! And then he jumps at him, but then Frodo just throws him off a cliff.
He didn't actively try to, like, do that, but, like...
He grabbed him by the throat, picked him up with his bulging muscles, and threw him off the cliff.
Bro, yeah, Frodo was much stronger than I thought he was. But seeing the Hobbit side reminds me of... Okay, yeah. I was trying to think why I put this. I put seeing the Hobbit side reminds me of Andor and Rogue One, the Star Wars movie and show and movie, respectively.
The one that I have been told is good.
Yeah. I put the people who brought a chance to the heroes were the overlooked ones. And, those who don't go down in history as, like, changing the world or whatever. I put the tree starts blooming. The king's... No, you're good. I was like, is that mine? So far away.
Seems our producer is producing anxiety in the talent.
You say for real? Okay, let's see, could Faramir not be saved, or was he just not saved? And then I find out that he was just not saved. Yeah. Cool. I put Sam to the rescue because Frodo's ring's too heavy for him to carry.
I can't carry it. No, not yet.
I skipped over. Oh. This was when he saves.
Oh, he's
Frodo
in the tower. Yeah.
Well, he fights Shelob, and then he
Sam wrecks Shelob's shit. Wait, that's why you don't like Sam, because he hurt the spider.
It all makes sense now. This is all because, like, subconsciously I knew it would lead up to this.
I must protect my queen Shelob.
Damn. I'm glad, you could be a therapist.
So how does the spider make you feel, Chris?
Tingly.
Here's some cocaine.
Let's see. How'd the Witch King blow up the staff? Again, soft magic system. Then he
had more soft power points.
He had more soft magic powers. I put Oliphants.
Oliphants.
I think. Giant elephants. Really cool.
They're really cool. Wait, we forgot to mention the best scene in the movie, dude. Fucking
what's the scene?
Gambling. Take your company down the right flank. Follow me down the center. Arise, riders of Theoden.
Oh,
it is a sore day, a red day, and ere the sun rises. Fucking hype as shit, dude. Oh my god.
It was a good scene.
The best cavalry charge on film.
Really?
Oh yeah. Name a cavalry charge on film.
The one in the second movie.
Okay, think about it, right? like half the movie is just Gondor getting its ass kicked by the orcs, right?
Yeah.
And then Rohan rolls up it just on the side of the hill with the sun behind them, and we spend like 4 minutes with Theoden just giving a speech and giving orders to his men, and then he charges forward, and it's another minute of the orcs rearranging their formations and like firing arrows at them, but it doesn't stop the horses.
Yeah, then they start getting scared,
and then the horses make contact and they just destroy the orcs, and it's fucking hype, dude.
It is very cool. Then the elephants come in.
Yeah, and we get the penultimate version of Rohan's theme. As they're mowing down all the orcs, it's fucking hype.
I'm sorry, I skipped that. That's my fault.
Did you just like skip ahead from did you just skip over that part in the movie to save time? Or?
No, a lot of like the action sequences, I stop writing just to watch the things. And so when we would go over them, I forget about the action sequences. So that's my bad. That's on me. That one's on me. Because that was a good scene. The battles, I did think that the battles are just each side one-upping each other. It's like, oh, we have this now. Oh, no, but we have this now. It's like, oh, no, but we have this now. And I was like, okay. Like,
in the books, they actually do go into details about the tactics.
Sure.
Which I would have liked to see that. But, it's Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't care about battle tactics. We've talked about this on the Game of Thrones episodes. Yeah,
unfortunate. And on some of the Lord of the Rings, too. I said, no man can kill me, but a woman and a hobbit can.
Yeah. Because I'm a hobbit. I stab you in the back. I'm a woman. I stab you in the face.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
Yeah, he goes, wah! And then implodes.
Wah!
I put Legolas is using arrows to climb up the elephant.
Yeah.
Like, the people shot arrows, and he just was like, fucking whoop. Which was sick.
He cuts off like the rope connecting the palace to the
yeah, it kills like a bunch of people, and then Gimli's like, that counts as one.
That still only counts as one.
Yeah, like, that's sick. The ghosts show up and start attacking.
Yes, which I'd argue, completely ruins the whole fight. Because the coolest scene in the film, the Rohan cavalry charge, did not mean anything. They could have just waited.
Yeah.
But,
But like, they didn't know that, though.
Yeah, they didn't know that. It's like, okay, I guess. But since the ghosts use their soft magic powers to protect them from regular weapons...
Yeah.
They just can't be killed, and they just end up killing all the orcs and the Westerlings, the Easterlings, or whatever they're called. And it's just like, oh, we could have just waited for this to happen. None of this actually mattered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's just the idea that, like, they were stalling for time, like, because they could have just gone there and broken in and killed everyone.
Yes. However, in the books, I'm pretty sure I'm getting this right in the books.
I believe you.
The ghosts, the only thing the ghosts did was destroy the fleet that was coming down the river.
Okay.
I mean, if you're bored about me talking
no,
about it... No,
I just...
And, Aragorn got them to destroy the navy, and then they rode the ships down and joined the fight, but the ghosts didn't actually,
Well, seeing the theatrical version, I found that very interesting, because it shows them not destroying any of the ships and just fighting in the battle. And I was like...
Well, in the theatrical cut, they show up... Well, I thought that was thunder. But no, it's just a garbage truck or something.
Big truck.
A big truck. In the theatrical cut, after the Oliphants show up, the ships show up offshore, and then the orcs are like, "Oh, finally, the pirates are here!" And then Aragorn hops off, and they're like, "Wait a minute, that's not right. That's not quite right." Mm-hmm. And then they get rushed by the ghosts. And they don't have the scenes where they're taking over the ships, just when they're coming off. Mm. Which I'd argue is better for the tension of the fight, because you don't know if they're coming or not.
Yeah, I've heard that argument too. But either way, ghosts.
Is go.
Let's see. I put Orc Infighting, which is still really cool and funny. It's like they're just killing each other because they're like, I disagree with you. And like I want to eat this person, so like when they were talking about eating Frodo, and then they killed each other. It's like, oh, now we got more meal. We got a different
Meat's
orc.
back on the menu, boys.
Meat's back on the menu. I put what happened to Sam's old gaffer.
Gaffer?
Yeah,
What's a gaffer?
I'm not sure.
Like gaffer tape? The thing that British people say when they
I
mean
don't
duct tape?
think I put that for that. No, I'm not sure what I was trying to say there. Maybe I'll remember as we talk. Aragorn tried to trick Sauron, but Sauron's like, "Ooh, look at Arwen dying. Ooh, you're a sad boy now." and then Aragorn's like, "No, fuck. I thought I got Sauron." Also, Eowyn and Faramir start like having a kind of relationship, and I was like, "What the fuck did that come from?"
I continue my...
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Aragorn's love life is...
Who cares about the love? Give me the death and the fighting, dude.
I just think they handled it kind of poorly, is all. I'm okay with it. I just wish they showed it differently. Whatever. Sauron's eye on watch makes it looks like a video game. Oh, yeah, because how he's...
Oh, yeah, because it's like a stealth section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of sick.
I've played that before.
Yeah. Let's see. And then they have the Fellowship theme again when Aragorn's with Legolas,
Gimli, Gandalf, and Pippin and Merry.
They're all at the Black Gate, and I was just like, here's the Fellowship theme again. I'm noticing that very very few times, but I noticed it this time. I was like, sick. I'm cool. Very few times I noticed, not that it shows up. But yeah, so they're like talking to the one guy, like trying to distract Sauron so that Frodo and Sam can get to the Mount Doom, because like they're just like, "Oh, Sauron, you fucking dumb fuck, haha, got him."
We'll distract you by sacrificing all of our soldiers just so that you don't notice the two hobbits walking into your mountain.
Yeah. Then we got the famous scene of like, Aragorn charging in, which I really like that. Aragorn and everyone still care so much about Frodo and Sam. Like I think that the feelings...
He did it for Frodo, and then he turns, and yeah.
I like that the feelings that that everyone had for each other, like even though it was through just basically one movie, like you feel it throughout all of the movies. I really like that. And then we get the Legolas and Gimli being like, I die fighting with a friend or whatever, not by an...
I never thought I'd die side by side fighting with an elf.
Yeah.
How about side by side with a friend?
Like, I could do that, or whatever he said. Let's see. I put Eagles.
Eagles, they show up.
They show up.
Yeah.
Then I put
Gandalf expended the rest of his consumable soft potions and summoned the eagles.
Yeah. I put Frodo and Sam made it.
They did it.
Yeah, we're like, whoa.
But actually, Frodo like collapses just before he gets to the entrance to the mountain.
Sam carries him.
And Sam's like, I can't go on, Sam.
And then they fight
Mr.
Gollum
Frodo, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
And then they fight Gollum a couple times, like one time outside the mountain, or outside the entrance of the mountain, and then one time inside. Where I really like that the thing that the ring basically causes, like people fighting over the ring, is what causes destruction. Whereas like it made the ring fall into like the thing because they were fighting over it, and I was just like, that's good. I like it's a good.
Destruction destroys, and the thing that made destruction is also destroyed because of destruction.
Yeah, like it's a Ouroboros almost.
It's a message.
Some would say.
Yeah. The moral of the story is don't be bad.
Yeah, and then just be good.
If you be bad, you fall in lava.
Yeah, like Gollum and the ring. I did put though, after that happens and Mountain Doom explodes, I was like, how do Frodo and Sam fucking survive that explosion? Because that explosion was very large. I was like, there's no way in hell that they should be alive. But soft magic system stuff. I put Frodo is no longer in darkness. That he's kind of like, healing. Well, not healing completely, but just like he's no longer just like in Sauron's, gaze and temptations.
He's dehydrated. He hasn't eaten anything in 2 weeks. He's just had an appendage removed.
Yeah. But yeah, I think light shines on them though. I think in that scene,
and it's all like, Sam, I can taste the strawberries.
Strawberries, fields forever. Eagles again. With Gandalf.
Well, yeah. Gandalf used all of his points and got the eagles over there.
Yeah. Yeah, but then after they're saying everything's cool and dandy, but no one's seen Frodo in 2 movies, but this scene still hits. I was just like,
Frodo.
Yeah,
everything in slow motion. Mary, baby.
Yeah, I really at the scene I was like, oh damn, everyone's. It was really good.
And then Aragorn's just smiling with his arms crossed, like,
I'm king. That's where the book version of him comes out.
Yes. Hey Frodo, look at this sword. Do you know how many people I've killed with this sword? It's a lot.
It's a lot of people. Let's see. I put someone had to get with Eowyn so that Arwen could be with Aragorn. Because Faramir.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Faramir, Eowyn.
It's just
yes, Faramir Eowyn is the extended cut version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess, but I thought the necklace broke. Arwen's necklace broke, but I guess not because
no, that was like a elf mind
vision
thing. Yeah, it was a passive effect of the soft elf power to
soft badge system.
It's a passive effect of the soft elf magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. The 4th age of Middle-earth begins.
Yes.
That's
Sauron
cool.
is dead. The 4th age begins.
Yeah. There's
the time of the orc.
The time of the orcs. There's no more bad things happening in Middle-earth ever again.
Okay, so
ever.
All right, I guess there's nothing better. Okay, so do you know what the Scouring is?
No.
Okay, so the biggest thing that the movies left out from the books is actually related to Saruman a little bit. So in the books, Saruman does not get killed by a Wormtongue. He instead escapes Isengard and goes to the Shire, burns the fields, and enslaves the populace.
Oh.
and so when Sam and Frodo and Merry and Pippin come back, they have to deal with that after they've done all this shit over in Gondor and Mordor.
Oh,
and that's the end of the book. After they deal with that shit.
So they do, like, beat him again and then just...
Yeah, it's something like that. But, like, remember in the first film when Frodo's looking into the fountain mirror pool thing with Galadriel, and he sees, like, all of the, like, Sam in chains and, like, the Shire on fire?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Scouring.
So it actually happened in the books.
It actually happened in the books.
Okay. That seems kind of... I mean, I get why they wouldn't put that in, because...
It's like, we just had a 4-hour film.
Yeah. And, like, it leaves off on a good spot. It's just like, oh, here's this extra thing that we have to do. It's kind of like, okay. I put Fellowship ended, but it's still connected with loyalty and love and shit. And then I put, like, 13 months only. Because I think after...
This film took 12 hours and it was only 13 months?
Yeah.
This shit better be like 50 years, bro.
Yeah, basically. Let's see, they're looking around, like... when they're in the tavern, Merry, Pippin, Frodo, and Sam.
They get back and they're just completely alienated from the rest.
And they're just like,
fuck.
Yeah, I put... they're looking around like, this is lame and we have trauma, but at least we have ale. That's what I put around. And I'm glad that it does come back, like, at the very end with what Frodo wants to do.
Yeah, it's like the very classic final step in the hero's journey. Like, the hero can no longer stand in with the rest of society because they know too much.
Yeah, they've been through too much.
Yeah.
Although Sam can, because Sam's happy. And
Sam got married and he has, like, 15 kids or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, but they got kids already?
Damn, they look exactly the same.
This was when I put this down, it was like the flower girls and boys. for the wedding, because I was like, wait, they got married after they had kids. I was like, nice, but then it's like, no, they didn't have kids yet. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Then Frodo finished Bilbo's book, and
We were actually watching Frodo's handwriting the whole time.
were we?
Yeah, because Bilbo wrote There and Back Again.
Yeah.
And then Frodo writes Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. And then I put Frodo. Okay, then I put his stab still hurts after like 4 years, I think. And then I put Bilbo.
It's a metaphor for trauma.
Yeah, it's going to stay with you.
It's literal physical trauma.
Yes, it is. And then I put Bilbo's leaving to be an elf, because I put Gandalf also leaves, and then I put Frodo also leaves. Yeah. Let's see. How does one go back when it's too? Yeah. So, but yeah, I really like that Frodo like left, because he's like, yeah, because I didn't realize until I didn't really think about it until someone pointed out, but that the whole time like Sam and Frodo are just talking about the Shire and like wanting to go back and live their lives that they had.
And then when they get there, they're like, yeah, this is kind of lame.
Well, like, this is just like, it's not what, we built it up as in our minds, and just like we've been through so much, it's kind of like not the same. Like, they're not the same. Like, and I like that Frodo was like, I need to move on in my own way, because being here, I can't move on, and that's okay. Like, going to a place where he can like heal and be okay, I think is good. And that Sam can live there and like move on, I think is fine for him too. I really like that stuff. I thought that was good. Good job, Tolkien.
You
and
did
Peter
it.
Jackson. Peter Jackson.
Samuel Jackson?
Isn't he the director?
Yeah, Peter Jackson.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson. Yeah. I put down how does one go back when it's too late? How does one move on, like, from all the stuff that they've been through? And then I put, and so too shall Frodo leave to move on physically and spiritually. And so Sam's story continues in the lands of Middle-earth, the end. Congratulations, us and the world, for having Lord of the Rings in our lives.
The greatest music video of all time has ended.
Yeah, some would say the fourth greatest movie ever.
That one guy on YouTube says this is the fourth greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, after The Godfather and two other things.
Do I remember what the other things were?
Wall-E and
and Tom and Jerry Cowboy Up.
Tom and Jerry Cowboy Up. So this was a good week. It's been a long one for all three of these.
Yeah, it's been a really long week.
Yeah.
Almost feels like 4 months.
It's not been 4 months. But, yeah, I'm glad that I got to watch all of them again, especially the extended cut. It does make me want like Lord of the Rings merch or something, but I'd have to just get
You
those.
could probably just go on Etsy and find a million different The One Rings.
Yeah, maybe I could do that.
I mean, Aragorn's fancy sword is like a staple of Ren fairs, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess. But yeah, it was very good. I quite liked it. I mean,
I want to buy a white horse and just say and do it just so I can say that I ride Shadowfax, King of the Horses.
Yeah, you can say that. Who's some of the standout characters for you in the
for
trilogy?
me, the standout character is Theoden.
Moments too.
Oh, it's Theoden because he makes a good speech.
Theoden's very good, I think, in these movies.
And then
we didn't mention it, but his death was very sad. Like, just have Eowyn and Pippin there, being like, "Oh no, he's dying," and Eowyn thought Pippin died too. Like, it's traumatic. Sorry, continue.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say that like I really like the parts where like he charges, right? The two of the best speeches in film is arise, riders of Theoden, and I see in your faces a fear that would take the heart of me. Two really good speeches. I really like the part where Denethor falls off the building.
You did mention that, yeah.
There's a part where the Witch King grabs some soldiers and then throws them off the building.
I don't remember that, but I believe you.
That was pretty cool. There's a big fight. The movie's one big fight.
Yeah, kind of. It's a little bit more than that, but...
I like the part where the music's good.
Which part's that?
The whole film.
Which film?
All of them.
All of them have really good music.
Yes. It is the greatest music video of all time.
It is the greatest music of all time.
There's I like the scene where Shelob wraps up Frodo, and then Sam comes back, and he's like, "Get your hands off of him, you damn dirty ape!" And then he cuts the spider.
Yeah, I like that scene too. Did Shelob die? I forget.
No, I think Sam just like cuts off a leg and stabs her eye, and then she runs away.
Yeah.
I really like that when they're in Mount Doom, and then Frodo's like, "I'm not gonna throw the ring in the lava, Sam." And then Sam's like, "No, Mr. Frodo."
He's like, "Whoop!"
And he goes invisible. But then
Gollum's like, "Ah."
I'm pretty hungry, chomp. And it just happens to be the hand with the ring.
Oh yeah, he definitely couldn't sense it because he's been with the ring so long, and the ring's tempting him.
Yeah, and then after a snack, he takes a nice little nap.
He takes a nap in Mount Doom.
In Mount Doom.
Yeah, I think Gollum and Frodo are the best characters in the movies. Then Theoden. I really like Theoden. And then Sam and Gimli. Sam? No.
Legolas
Gimli
and
and Legolas.
Yeah.
Jesus. Very good relationship. I quite like them. They're very fun. Sam sucks and deserves to die.
If you've gotten this far in the video,
oh my God.
say in the comments.
Say
in the comments, Chris wishes that Sam
would unalive would commit die.
He wishes that Sam would commit die.
I don't wish that.
Comment in the comments below. Chris thinks that Sam did eat the bread.
Well, I think there's this YouTuber that I like. She reads a lot of stuff, and she talks about different things. She did a tier list of like supporting characters, like of the main cast, and so she had like Sam as like her number 2 like ranked or whatever.
And you were just like, wow, unbased. I am unsubscribe.
Well, she had like Sam higher than like Zuko, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I love your takes a lot of the time, but like I was like, oh, maybe I'll really like Sam. I'll watch it, and then I just didn't like Sam, so it made me hate him more. I was just like, how is Sam in the same ballpark as Zuko as a character? In my mind, everyone can like him. He's probably really good. Like, people really love him. I just thought he was not great. I didn't like him as a person or a character. Like, that's probably the hottest take I have of these.
I like Sam. I mean, I'd say in the context of Avatar, Zuko is a more involved character.
I'll cut that out. Don't worry. But yeah, I mean, I think Sam's fine. He plays his role very well.
Oh, so in that video, what was number 1?
I think it was someone from one of Brandon Sanderson's stuff.
Oh, it was all books.
No, it was just stuff that she likes.
Oh, okay.
But
the supporting cast, the number 1 supporting character was her editor.
Her editor's her husband, so it should be.
Oh, yeah. All right.
But yeah, the movie's very good. Sam's good too. I just don't think he's whatever.
If you made it this far, comment. Chris lied at the end. He cannot stand by his own word.
No, I can't. I flip flop. But yeah, it was really good. Go watch it if you made it this far. Like, thanks.
If you need a music video to watch, this is a pretty good one.
We also shut up. We also have Adam's music video down below.
Oh yeah, the second greatest music video of all time.
Yes, so that'll be linked. Check out the links below. And yeah, thanks. Do you have anything to say?
I mean, I don't wear jewelry.
And I don't podcast. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.